live. Welcome one and all. I know nobody's watching live, but my name is Terry McGonigal. I'm an Irish teacher. I'm an English teacher from Ireland. I'm an English teacher from Ireland, and welcome to English for IT Professionals, the one of two YouTube channels dedicated to helping IT professionals improve their English to pass interviews, get better jobs, and improve your ability to work in a big company or a Scrum team. Now, today the focus is on coding interviews. It's very similar to the last live class, which was 2 weeks ago because I was very sick. But today we're going to look at comparisons. Now, we are, let me get up my slide so I can show you clearly. Here we are. So as we look at here, we're looking at technical skills and the verification questions. What do I mean? What I really mean is the skill or the knowledge questions at the start of the interview, start of the phone technical interview or the on-site technical interview. In this case, we're going to look at questions that ask you to compare two different things in code, frameworks, technologies, operating systems, right? So we're looking at the technical phone screen and the on-site interview. This is a basic preparation. This lesson is about the coding questions here. So please take a moment to click like. Clicking like really helps this channel. I'm really trying to reach as many people as possible to help as many people with this channel. It's very unusual. It's a very specialized, small channel. So please click like. Now, we're going to look at 3 different kinds of questions for basic comparisons in the start of your coding interview. And then we're going to look at some very clear structures of sentence structures, almost like algorithm structures, of little structures and patterns that help you build your own answers. At the end of this lesson, the idea is to help you understand and be ready for questions that ask you to compare and to give you a clear plan to create your answers. All right. So let's start with the first one, which is direct comparison. I am talking about these kind of questions. In your experience, how do the functionalities of Angular and React compare when used in front-end development? What has been your experience with synchronous versus asynchronous programming? Have you worked with fixed rate and variable fixed rate mortgages in your software projects? So you're comparing 2 ideas and they're asking that there. Now, as we look here at our first structure, okay, and as we see the words in yellow, you will replace. For example, you will put your own answer here. For example, React is great at, I think it's a deployment or whatever, and then the other name, okay? Now, the word you see here with the line is great at, on the other hand. I want to show you how you can change those. So if we're asking, or they are asking you in the interview about comparing 2 things, let's look how we can use this structure to build an answer, okay? For example, Angular is great at providing. So notice is great at and not great in. And then providing with ing, can't use provide. A robust framework with a strong structure for apps. React, on the other hand, is better for its flexibility and reusability, which enhances developer productivity and app performance. Okay, so again, this is an example answer, and this is your structure. The idea is you will take your answers because you're all different kinds of, maybe your iOS apps developer, maybe your web apps. It depends on you, right? And this is looking at here. Now, when we look at great, so we have the word great, but I want to give you other words to describe Angular as a framework. You can say it's great at. You can also say Angular is efficient at. Efficient means it functions well. It's going and it's working very, very well, right? It's efficient at providing a robust framework. Angular is robust, very popular word in software engineering to describe frameworks. Talk about something as robust. Angular is reliable. So several syllables. Reliable. Okay, because Angular is reliable at, Angular is powerful at. So great is maybe a little bit basic, but there's different words we can use, right? So let's be careful about the small possible mistakes when we want to describe a framework or a technology, right? So Angular is efficient at managing. That's the correct sentence. Efficient, the adjective, the word at, the verb ing. If you look here, the next one, Angular is efficient in. No, this is incorrect. I can understand if you say this doesn't sound good. It's not incorrect, right? It's not correct. Angular is efficient at manage. Again, this is about the gerund, the verb ing. If you have a preposition and after is a verb, then it will be preposition, verb, ing. This is a basic rule for all of English, right? Angular is efficiency at managing. So again, you're just confusing efficient and efficiency, all right? Just to show you some classic mistakes. Now, when we look at on the other hand, we have different options. So if we just go back to our previous one, right? Angular is great at providing a robust framework. React, on the other hand, okay, so if we want to see different options for this, but, however, whereas, meanwhile, all extremely similar. They're not very, very different, right? Angular is great at providing. React, on the other hand, is better for. React, on the other hand, is better for its flexibility. So if we change the sentence and we change, on the other hand, to but, you can see that in this case, you will put but React is better, however React is better, whereas React is better, meanwhile React is better. They're all really similar options, and you can use any of them really in this case, okay? So the next answer, or next example answer at a comparison question with with the same structure. Windows is efficient at providing user-friendly security updates and maintenance, whereas Linux is better for customizable security features, which impacts system robustness and defense against vulnerabilities, right? So again, you're looking at building the sentence. Windows is efficient at, whereas Linux is better for, which impacts, okay, affects or impacts system robustness and defense against vulnerabilities. So if we look at the same sentence or the same example, same idea, and we just change the little bit to show you the different answers you can have here. So Windows is reliable at providing user-friendly security updates and maintenance, but Linux is better for customizable security features, which affects system robustness. So in building your answer, you do have a lot of small options just to build this sequence of sentences to give you a clear, definitive answer, right? So again, just variations. Windows is great at, meanwhile, Linux is better, which impacts, okay? Java is robust for building enterprise-level applications with strong type safety, but Python on the other hand is better for rapid prototyping and development, which influences project agility and speed, okay? So if we look at that last sentence, that last part, we have a couple of different verbs. We can say which influences project agility and speed, which impacts system robustness and defense, which enhances developer productivity and app performance, which affects, okay? So they're all very similar, but the most important thing is that if you have the sentence which, you cannot forget the S. See, the correct one is which influences. If you go back to the one here, right? So Python, on the other hand, is better for rapid prototyping and development, which influences. In a lot of other languages, you don't have this S in the third person, and it's very, very easy to forget, okay? Please don't forget, because there's a little point that the other person can understand you, but definitely try to get the third person S, okay? Now, when we look at the meaning, the differences in these four verbs, because at the moment I'm creating a course, English for Software Engineers, a big part of my work is just discovering the most important or the critical verbs, right? Just knowing which ones are the best. Impacts and affects both mean to change or influence something. Our impact usually is a bigger, stronger change. Influences means to shape or to guide, right? Enhances improves means to make something better, especially in quality or performance. You talk about it enhances developer productivity, it improves developer productivity, right? So, for example, here, Java is powerful for building enterprise level applications with strong safety. However, Python is better for rapid prototyping, which influences. So again, it's the same structure again and again, but just showing you different answers, right? So if you're watching this live or not live, please take a moment to write your answer in the comments. And of course, this is going up on my Udemy as a clips in my Udemy job interview course. Please send your answers in a private message. I'd be very happy to help you, right? So let's look at the next structure we have. So again, with the yellow letters, you will replace the yellow letters with your answers. So name is better at specific feature than name, which is important for specific field or use. Okay, what does that mean? Let's see some examples. React is better at component reusability than, now the N is a strong pronunciation in the comparison, than. Now, the TH has a millisecond of vibration. You put your teeth here, than, but I want to hear a very, very, very strong N. Better at component reusability than Angular, which is important for rapid front end development. Now, the number one reason why I want you to pronounce very clearly and very strongly the N is because this is the number one mistake with comparisons, where people say React is better at component reusability than Angular. Now, one of the big reasons is that in other languages, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, that and than are the exact same word. It's not the same, it's not a different word. But in English, it's very strict. If you're comparing, it's than, better than, okay, always. And then we always say React is better at. It's very common to hear students say is better in, but the native speaker will always say it's better at, okay? Linux is better at providing robust security features than Windows, which is important for systems requiring high security and stability. So again, if we look here at how you start to build your sentence, Linux is better at providing, right? We don't say Linux is better at provide or to provide only if you have the preposition at after. You must put the verb ing. Better at providing. Better at providing. Okay. 5G technology is better at handling higher data rates than 4G, which is important for the development of applications that require real-time data transmission. Okay. Now, all right, take a 1 second break here. Okay, coding interview questions, part 2. So let's look at the second kind of question we can see of comparison questions in coding interviews, which is feature-based, when you're comparing features of different technologies, okay? So specifically, questions like this. Regarding project management, how does using Jira compare to Trello for managing software development projects? What are the advantages of using container-based virtualization compared to traditional virtual machines? All right. So again, we're looking at a feature or a specific feature of a technology, all right, and we want to compare it in ways to two different things. Now, again, this would be basic questions at the start of your interview. So we have two basic structures here, and they're not very different to the previous ones, but it's just to give you nice, clear structure. So the yellow words you will replace, right? Name is great at specific feature, making it ideal for the use. On the other hand, but name is better for specific feature, which is crucial for specific result. So again, we're taking two different technologies and we're looking at the technologies or the features of the technologies. So let's get some examples. Jira is great at handling complex workflows and multiple projects, making it ideal for large-scale software development teams. On the other hand, Trello is better for visual task management, which is crucial for simplicity and quick setup. So again, we look at the yellow parts. Jira is great at and handling the ing, yeah? So we could use different words. We don't always need to use, great. See, Jira is great, efficient, robust, reliable, powerful. And again, if you have the adjective at, you must have verb and ing, okay? So for Docker versus traditional VMs, Docker is great at rapid deployment and lower overhead, making it ideal. So this is like a little sentence, making it ideal for environments that require quick scaling and frequent updates. But traditional virtual machines are better for full OS isolation, which is crucial for legacy system compatibility. So we see here we've got almost like 4 basic sentences. Is great at, making the ideal for, but this feature or this technology is better for a specific result, which is crucial for. So again, we can say here Docker is great at rapid deployment and lower overhead, making it ideal for. Now, with this sentence here, we can change the word ideal, making it ideal, making it suitable. So with this word here, I know you can see the letter I in the word, suitabl. Imagine the I is silent. Suitable. I never say suitable or does this suit you, right? Suit, making it suitable, right? Making it great or making it perfect, all right? Now, again, with the next sentence that we have, which is crucial for legacy system compatibility, which of course, legacy system compatibility is very important. Crucial, essential, fundamental, or key. You are not limited by the word crucial or ideal. You can change and you can make variations, all right? Microservices architecture is efficient at independent service scalability, making it ideal for complex applications needing robust fault isolation. However, a monolithic architecture is better for straightforward deployment and debugging processes, which are crucial for smaller projects. All right. So do you see now how you can use this collection of sentences to start building your answer, right? So let's look at the next one. So again, the yellow letters you will replace with your answers. So name is particularly effective for a specific feature because of its unique aspect, whereas the name provides greater specific feature, which is essential for applications in specific field of use. So again, the yellow letters you are going to replace. You're going to take your information for this and start to build your answer. And actually, if you purchase my job interview course on udemy.com, I upload all of the notes to all of my students out there, okay? So, for example, Agile methodology is particularly effective for rapid development cycles because of its iterative, pronunciation again, iterative approach, whereas traditional project management provides greater structure and predictability, which is essential for applications in highly regulated industries, okay? So again, you're using the same 3 is particularly effective for because of its, whereas provides greater, which is set to for, okay? So we can look at different variations of Agile methodology is particularly effective, especially useful, or incredibly effective, right? Different variations here you can use, right? Utilizing cloud computing platforms is particularly effective for scalability because of its on-demand resource availability, whereas traditional on-premise setups provide greater control over the physical hardware, which is essential for applications requiring strict data governance, right? So again, you look at the different variations, whereas, while, but, however, meanwhile. They're all extremely similar, and you have the option to choose or to change with all of them, okay? So next example, artificial intelligence is particularly effective for predictive analytics because of its ability to learn from data, whereas traditional programming methods provide greater precision and predictability, which is essential for applications in fields requiring strict adherence to predefined rules, okay? So again, we look here, particularly effective, highly beneficial, extremely useful, remarkably efficient. Okay, so you have different variations of the adjectives. You don't need to use the same one again and again. Actually, using the same adjectives to describe the framework over and over again and again, that's actually a really bad idea. I think like doing it again and again, it's not a good idea. Okay, so again, which is essential for applications, which is important for applications, which is crucial for applications, which is fundamental for applications, all right? So please, if you're watching this, please take a moment to comment your answers here on YouTube and I can give you feedback. Or if you purchase my job interview course on udemy.com, you can send me all the answers for feedback that you want, okay? Okay, so let's look at the last and the third part. So coding question type 3, or when we're comparing coding questions for comparisons 3, technical specification, okay? So I am looking at questions that are looking at the technical specifications and you want to compare two different technologies, right? What are the operational differences between Kubernetes and Docker in managing container orchestration for development projects? How does vertical scaling differ from horizontal scaling, right? So you have different technical aspects that you need to compare to. Well, you need to compare two of them in one answer in a job interview, okay? So in the tech industry, so again, the yellow letters that you will replace with your answers. So I want you to take this. It's like an algorithm structure here, where you're going to take this part here and replace the words in yellow with your answers. It's often used for specific application because it is very good at handling specific feature. Meanwhile, the other name, best preferred choice for different application because it offers better features for different features. All right. So it's always confusing until we have an example. Let's see an example. What are the advantages of using container-based virtualization like Docker compared to traditional virtual machines? So as we build our answer, in the tech industry, Docker is often used for microservices architecture because it is very good at handling independent, isolated deployments. Meanwhile, traditional virtual machines are the best choice for legacy application support because they offer better features for full operating system control, making them essential for complex software environments. So the parts in yellow that you're going to use and repeat, but it's the other parts that you're going to build your answer, build up your own structure, okay? Because when we look at different features or different ideas, it's very good at handling independent deployments, data encryption, handling large volumes of transactions, handling real-time analytics, multi-user access, complex queries. So in your case, you should take some time to go into ChatGPT or just research a little bit to be ready about what are the technical specifications that you're on about or you want to talk about for the framework, right? Next question with an example. How does TypeScript and JavaScript differ? So the word differ, it basically means how are they different? It's a verb to say, ask, how are they different? So how do TypeScript and JavaScript differ is asking how is TypeScript and JavaScript different in terms of application software projects. In the tech industry, TypeScript is often used for large-scale applications because it is very good at handling static typing, which enhances, remember, enhances is improved, code reliability and maintainability. Meanwhile, JavaScript is the preferred choice for dynamic web applications because it offers better features for quick prototyping and flexibility, making it essential for web development tasks, right? So we're building our answer here And this is a case where you will replace or substitute your answers. So maybe you're comparing React and Angular, or maybe you're comparing iOS and Windows and Linux, or Linux and iOS, right? Or Mac systems. So as we look at here, the way to say it's the number one, right? So you can say JavaScript is the preferred choice for dynamic web applications. Maybe the best one is go-to. Java is the go-to. It's almost like you go to what the thing you need. So JavaScript is the go-to choice for dynamic applications, is the best choice for dynamic web applications, is the best option for dynamic web applications, and is JavaScript is the best for. Okay, so there are different options, different ways you express that idea. Now, next one, regarding project management, how does Jira compare to Trello for managing software development projects? In the tech industry, Jira is often used for complex software development projects because it is very good at handling detailed tracking of issues and agile project management. Meanwhile, Trello is the preferred choice or the go-to choice for smaller, less complex projects because it offers better features for visual task management simplicity, making it essential for teams needing quick setup and ease of use, right? Now, we look again, right, at because it offers. If you see this answer here, almost the second last, right? Because it offers better features. Now, you have different options with the word offer. You can say because it offers better features, because it provides, because it includes, all right? You have different options. Now, two possible grammar mistakes when you are building your sentence with because it offers. Mistake number one is to forget the S, because it offer, it provide, at there, right? And then the next thing is, if you're talking about a situation or a framework, or I mean, in this case, we're talking about Jira or Trello. So it's a thing. We need to use it. If you look at the next three sentences, because offers, because it offers better features. Now, the problem is in a lot of other languages, you don't need the word it, but in English, you always need it, right? So here's our next structure, and I think our last structure of this lesson, because my voice is quite tired actually now after 35, 40 minutes. Yeah, well, 29 minutes actually. Okay, so again, the words in yellow you will replace with your answers. Name is used for specific application because it handles a specific feature well. However, other name is preferred for different application because of its capability and different feature. Now, this structure is shorter, maybe easier to work. I think maybe the last structure was a little bit long, but anyway. Question, can you explain the benefits of using WebSocket over HTTP polling in real-time web applications? Okay, WebSocket is used for real-time web applications because it handles continuous data flow well. However, HTTP polling is preferred for simpler applications that do not require real-time interaction because of its capability in handling periodic data retrieval. Okay, so again, that's the start of it there. Is used for, because it handles, is preferred for, because of its capability in. These are small sentences that help you join and connect the answers in your sentence, okay? So again, we have different options. We can see at the start here, WebSocket is used for, WebSocket is used for, is ideal for, or WebSocket supports real-time web applications. WebSocket is really good for real-time applications. That's maybe the most basic way to say it, right? So next question, how do machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow differ from traditional statistical modeling in handling predictive analytics? TensorFlow is ideal for deep learning applications because it handles large data sets and complex neural networks well. However, traditional statistical modeling is preferred for simpler predictive tasks because of its capability in providing quick results with smaller data sets. Now, again, we can say because it handles large data sets well, really well, effectively, or efficiently, okay? And there's different ways, different adverbs, okay? So I think this is our last one here. Describe the difference between using SQL and NoSQL databases in terms of scalability and data structure requirements. SQL is used for structured data storage because it handles complex queries well. However, NoSQL is preferred or is the go-to for large-scale data operations because of its capability in horizontal scaling and flexible data models. Okay, guys, my voice is very tired. I hope you really liked it. That this class was about the comparison questions in coding interviews. So next week, I have some exciting news. I want to do more coding interview lessons, but specifically, we're going to look at clarifying questions at the start of your interview, especially at the coding problem. These are the questions that you ask to check you understand the coding problem, specifically questions to ask your interviewer about what is the correct input and what is the correct output. Okay, please comment your ideas, suggestions for new lessons here on YouTube. As always, you can find me and my courses on udemy.com and Udemy for Business. That's my main home. That's where all my courses are. This channel is dedicated to my students on Udemy, and I'm really happy. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next week, probably the same time. Thank you.